from the start. Received by all and we're sentenced to a life with words. Expression of the stupid and the smart. Everybody, every day.
Welcome to the BBC Young Speakers and Writers Awards 2008. It's my great pleasure and honor to guide you through this day, which is being organized for the 20th time in the Speakers section and for the 13th time in the Young Writers section. From past experiences, I can guarantee you an afternoon that will be very exciting and filled with talent and courage, at the end of which only a few competitors will win an award, but all will go home with the biggest prize of all, a great experience and wonderful memories.
Well, this is a nationwide talent competition for young speakers and writers. There are a series of preliminary rounds, followed by semi-finals and the final here today. The competition is organised by the BBC in conjunction with GNE and other sponsors. And the speakers will have to speak for 5 minutes on a chosen topic and then answer questions for 3 minutes put to them by a panel. We also have the Writers' Award. There are the 6 final writing entries here today. They've been pre-selected by the university. So we are very much looking forward to judging both competitions today.
So once again, I'd like to welcome you all, and especially the 13 competitors that we have here today, all of them sitting here front row, biting what's left of their nails.
The standard is always very high in this competition, both writing and speaking. And I know that we won't be so much interested in how good people's English is and so on. I'm looking particularly for that spark of additional originality, quality, ability to convince people, ability to carry your audience. And that, I mean, we've always found in previous years that there are some who are just that much better.
The 2 best speakers and the 2 best writers will all go to London, courtesy of British Midland. The speakers will participate in the International Public Speaking Competition in May, that is organized by the English Speaking Union in London, with contestants of over 35 countries worldwide. And the writers will follow a writing course at one of the Arvon centers in Britain, Arvon being, like I said, the foundation for writing.
I became one of the finalists out of a total of 60 participants, and it was truly an unforgettable experience, I believe, and very valuable.
So let me see, what are the faces like at this moment? A bit tense is what I would say. So we start with the speakers now, the first heat.
I want to study international law, so it would be a great learning opportunity for me.
Think back to the mistakes you made in the past. They are probably tucked away in some dark, distant corner of your suitcase, but there is no need to be ashamed of them. They will prevent you from making certain mistakes again in the future, and will provide you with knowledge that you may use throughout the rest of your life.
I think it's important to speak good English as well as being able to speak publicly with English, because it's becoming so important now. You've got more things are being done in English, and also it's part of my culture, and I enjoy it enormously.
How on earth can we hope to solve global issues like global warming and climate change if we can't agree on the shape of our borders or how to deal with humanitarian issues like refugees? And the simple conclusion is, we can't.
I'm talking about environmental problems, but I'm doing it from the perspective of a water drop. Luckily, more and more humans are starting to realize that the Earth and its environment are precious and should be preserved at all costs, so that once again, I can enjoy the beautiful wonders of our world with my fellow raindrops.
I participate to win. I want to win, and well, I kind of got into it because of my teacher, who said you should do this, and I said okay, if I have to.
Evolution will go on. Whether we like it or not, we will inevitably change genetically. So is it wrong then to try and monitor that change, to seek improvement, to strive for perfection?
Would you like to be the first person to celebrate his 150th birthday? And how would you do it? Because that's a more interesting thing, I think.
And I think that if I could be the first person to live to 150, I would be honored. And I would be very happy, and I would think that I would have to in search of some new friends, because I don't think the rest of them would have made it.
Het is sowieso voor jongeren in de leeftijdsfase waarin ze zitten belangrijk om zich goed te kunnen uiten. En als ze dat in het Engels kunnen, dan ligt er later een grote wereld voor hen open. Wij weten dat op middelbare scholen met name veel aandacht wordt besteed aan grammatica en aan leesvaardigheid. En deze competitie kan docenten en leerlingen aanzetten om zich ook meer op spreken en schrijven te richten.
So that's it for Heat 1 in the speaker section. We now start with the writings section. And to that end, I would like to invite Ingrid de Beer of the Boswell Institute. We will not be reading the written entries, but, well, they will be discussed, as you will find out.
I participate because I like to write, and I'm pretty good at writing both essays in literature and history, and it's actually sort of a hobby for me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you associate this with? Well, Kim associates this with history. How about that? And you may wonder, well, a light bulb, comparing it with history? Well, Kim says a light bulb represents improvement. It is an invention that has influenced history, and we've learned from it.
Writing and speaking English is one of the most important things you could have as a survival skill, for example, abroad. So, yeah, and Chinese is a big language as well, but I think Chinese, most people don't speak Chinese in these days.
When people are willing, integration will take place automatically, unquote. And in addition, Robin questions whether language is the most important part of unity in society. He thinks it isn't, and he argues that other elements are also needed for the creation of unity.
I participated in the BBC Awards in the first place because I would really like to study in England, and this is a good way, to practice English, I think.
Fortunately, Naomi ends her text with the statement that history is not useless. Are there any historians or history teachers in the room? You'll be glad to hear this. We only have to use history in the right way.